Hey guys, it is Chris, and you might be noticing that I put up a new Lego video of my 5.7, and that is because I redid it. As you can see, just the main differences are in the front. It's 3 bricks wide, the changed and stuff like that, and just the barrel is one brick wide. Gosh, got those mixed up. The iron sights are changed. Actually, pretty much the entire slide is changed. This is the 2013 version of the 5.7, not the 1995 version. But yeah, so let's get into the tutorial. That's right. Alright, so the first thing, excuse me. The first thing we're going to get doing is the magazine. We're going to go from the bottom up. So on the bottom, what we're going to have here is we're going to have 2x5, pretty much 2x5, so you're going to do a 2x3 and a 2x2 flat, two of them on the top of each other stacked up. You can do a 2x4 and a 1x2, but I think this way is better. Actually, if you would have done a 2x4 and a 1x2 and then a 2x3 and a 2x2, that would have been on better to do, but this works too. And then you're going to take 2 of these and then a 1x2 flat and take that and put that right in the middle. Well, not the middle, but more towards the right side, for my right side. 2 bricks on one side and then 2x2 on the other side. And then you can take a 1x2, put it on the side that has 2 bricks open, and then you're going to take a 2x2 flat tile piece and put it on the side that has 2x2 open, and set that aside for later. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take a 1x4 flat and a 1x6 flat and a 1x6 flat tile piece. Then you're going to lay the 1x4 flat on the bottom, and then stack the 1x6 flat on top of that with 1x2 opening on the left side or just on the top or whatever, and then just like that. Then you're going to want to take a 2x2 flat and then get the female side of the axle pieces, and then take 1x2 with one stud in the middle, take 2 of those, put them across horizontal on that, and just like that, and set that aside for later. Then you're going to want to make a piece similar to this, except instead of 4 on the bottom, you're going to have 5 on the bottom. You can do a 1x1 and a 1x4, or a 2x1 and a 1x3 like I have. But yeah, you're just going to need, and set that aside. You're going to need one of these pieces for later. You could just use a regular 1x2 flat tile piece instead of the one with the little lip hanging off, but this makes it look better, I think. Then you're going to want to get a 1x8, a 1x3, a 1x2 with a 1 stud in the middle, and then a 1x8 flat, a 1x6 flat, and then your little 5x7 bullet, which actually isn't anywhere near the size of a 5.7 bullet. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 1x2 flat and put it on the end of your 1x8. And then you can take your 1x3, just like that. Then you're going to take your 1x8 and put it on the end of that. And then your 1x6, put in the open on the bottom, just like that. And then take your bullet and put it on the end. Now for this part, it's pretty simple. It's just pretty much like a puzzle. This piece fits over the bullet like that. This is the one with the 1x5 on the bottom, not the 1x4. Then you're going to take this piece and point the opening away from you if you have the bullet on the right side. If you have it facing this way, then you're going to want to have the opening facing towards you. Then you're going to take this piece, take that center dot and connect it with that center dot. So it's like this, just like that. And then you're going to take the other one of these with the 1x4 flat on the bottom and just connect it like that. Simple. And then you're going to take the bottom part and just put it on, and it'll already go at a slant because the way the bottom is. So yeah, that is your 5.7 magazine. Next we'll move on to the handle. Okay, so as you can see, the hand grip has a lot of parts to it, so I'm going to break it down into short little sections. Go from the bottom up yet again. So here we go. So these are the pieces that you need here. You can pause it here, just see what you need, and I'm going to just go right into it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your 1x2s, put it on top of your 2x2. It doesn't actually really matter where, because either way it's going to be in the same position. So after you do that, you're going to take one of these, one of your 1x2 by 1, I don't even know, but yeah, you're going to do that. And then you're going to take your last 2x2 and put it like that. Then flip it over on the bottom and take your last 1x2s and put them in the gaps that you have on either side of the things, just like that. And then you can take your 1x6s and put them right here, so you have them hanging off the edge like that. And that's the bottom of the 5.7. Next up is the back portion of it, of the handle. What you're going to need is you're going to need some angled pieces and some more 1x2 flats and a bunch of that stuff, so you can pause it right here and see what you need. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and modify it. Not really modify it, but just take that 1x2 on the bottom to make it the same height as this, but not the same curvature. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this, your 2x2, and you can put it on the bottom of that to compensate for the height difference of this slanted piece. So pretty much what you're doing here is you're taking pretty much just two of these and you're stacking them on top of each other, except you're giving it the curvature of this inward slant. So if you had two of these and you put one on the bottom here where that red piece is, and you stack one up here on top of that, like how I have this, it will still be the same height as this and take up the same amount of space. It's just, it would have a different kind of curve to it. And that's why I do this. So, yeah. Now after you do that, you're going to take your 1x2 flat, your mismatch color, and put it on the bottom of that 1x2 right there. And then you're going to take two of your 1x2s, stack them on top of each other, and put them just like that. Then on the bottom, you can take your 1x4 flat, put it right here, and then your 1x2 flat, just like that. And just set that aside for later. Next up is the right side wall of the handle. It's pretty simple, but still need instructions for it. In the interest of time, I'm going to break this down into parts now from later on. Breaking down each piece was taking a little while, but I'm going to break down into parts and just show you. So what you're going to need is you're going to make two of these pieces. You have a 1x4 on the top, 1x2 on the bottom, and a 1x2 slant piece also on the bottom to fill in the gap. You're going to need two of those. You're going to need two of those. I just pause it here and see what for the single pieces. To make this piece, you're going to take a 1x4 flat and stack it on top of a 1x4 flat to make that. And then you're going to take a 1x1 and a 1x4, just like that, to make a 1x5. And then you're going to do a 1x4 on the top, and then a 1x3 and a 1x3 with this slant on the back, and a 1x3, just like that. Then you're going to want to take a 1x3 and a 1x4 flat on the bottom, and a 1x2 flat underneath a 1x2 flat tile. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and these, and you're going to stack them just like that, with it hanging off the edge. And then you're going to take this piece and put it right here. And then you're going to take this and put that underneath the bottom like that. Oh crap, sorry. Take that off. Take your slant piece in the gap right there. And then put this and then take your other one, put it right there, and then put this one on the bottom just like that. And that is the right side wall, or the left side wall, pardon me. Okay, here's the right side wall. Sorry, so what you're going to do, I'm just going to break this in half. You're going to do pretty much the same thing on the bottom. You're going to have one of these pieces, a 1x4 flat, a 1x3, a 1x2, a 1x2 slanted piece, and a 1x4 on the top of those, just like that. Now this is the tricky part. So you're still going to need this piece. Just set that aside for later though. You're going to make this piece, a 1x2, underneath a 1x3 flat, two of them underneath two 1x3 flats stacked on top of each other. And then you're going to make this piece. This piece doesn't have to be slanted. This can be a 1x2, a 1x1 flat underneath a 1x1 flat tile piece. This piece just has the same effect as that. And then this is one of those L pieces, and then you're going to put a 1x2 flat tile piece on that for the smooth, and then a 1x4 flat underneath that, and it's hanging off the left side of it. And then you're going to make this piece. It's 1x2, 1x2 flat, two of them on top of each other, just like that. And then you're going to want to make this piece. This piece hanging off of it is a half beam, and it is 7 studs long. And then here you have the gray connector piece, and then it has the stud in the middle, 1x2 flat. And then you're going to take this, put that right there. Then you're going to take this piece, put it right here, with the piece hanging off the edge. Then you take your slanted piece, put it right there, and then take the bottom and connect it just like that. And that's the right side wall. Next up, you're just going to want to make this piece, 1x2 flat on the bottom, 1x4 flat, and then 1x2 and 1x2 slanted pieces. And just set that aside for later. For this is pretty simple. So what you're going to so you're going to take a 1x4 flat on the bottom, a 1x2 in the middle, and then a 2x2 slanted piece, and then a 2x2 on the top of that. Set that aside for later. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these pieces. It's a 2x2 slant, and then one of these pieces with the stud coming out the side and the top, and put that there. And then you have this piece. You can just use a 1x1 and a 1x2, but I'm just using this because I have the actual piece. And you take that, put that on top of that, just like that. Then you're going to want to make this piece. This piece is actually pretty much, I think it's needed here. If you don't have that piece, I don't really know what you could use. I mean, I've never not had to use that, so that's what I've used. You're going to need one of these grip pieces. You don't need them, but you're using them. You can just use regular 1x2s. And then on the bottom you have a 2x2 flat, and then a 1x2 flat tile. And just stacked in a sort of Z shape or an S or something. So this is pretty simple. It's a 2x6 flat. Then you have your 1x4 flat tiles, just like that. Or you can use 2x2 flat tiles. But yeah, and then you have your 1x2 on the bottom and one of these. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this, attach it right here, and this, attach it right there, just like that. And this is going to be the trigger guard and the front part of the handle. And set that aside for later assemblage. Okay, these parts are more complex. I can't really just show you how to make these. I actually got to show you the steps and stuff like that. Sorry about the noise and everything like that, guys. Okay, so for this, you're going to want to make this piece 1x3 flat, 1x2 flat, and 1x3. Then you're going to want to make this piece It's kind of like the B-2 bomber or something like that, and it's one of these underneath one of another one of those things, I don't really know, and then a 1x2 flat on the bottom. And then you're going to take one of these pieces, put it right there, yeah, just like that. And then you're going to set that aside. Then you're going to want to make this piece. So what you have is a 2x2 slanted piece. Then you have a 1x2 on the top, a 1x4, and then you have a 1x1 on stacked on top of 1x1. These can be match colors. You can use two of these if you want to, but I'm just using these because YOLO. So what you're gonna do, you can take this, stack it up like that, and then you're gonna take this, put it right there, just like that. And then set that aside for later. And then this is the magazine release. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna make this. What you're gonna need is, let's see. You're gonna need a rubber band. The rubber band should be able to fit around your pinky or just any of your fingers, and it should be tight. So like this, it's tight around my index finger, and it should be about that size. What you're gonna need is what you're gonna do is you're going to get a 1x5. I think what it was best and works the best is a 1x4 and a 1x1 flat, and then you have a 2x2 flat tile, and then you use these cylindrical flat pieces because it has the room on the bottom, and that's where you put the rubber band. And then you have a 1x1 flat and a 1x2 flat, and then you take your rubber band and you just sort of work it around one of the pieces just like that. And then you take this piece right there, and then you take your 1x2 flat like that, and then you have the one stud room in the middle. And then along with that, you're going to need one of these pieces to attach the rubber band.